to Time to Go. Bob here, and today we've got another really cool offering from Spinnaker. Today we're going to be looking at the Spinnaker Fleuss. If you're wondering where the name comes from, Henry Fleuss invented the first self-contained underwater breathing apparatus back in 1878, so there's a line that Spinnaker has made to honor him. The watch comes by way of Aron Dunlap. It's on a bit of a watch tour. It's been to both Aron as well as Chris Marshall for videos. Next up after me, it's heading on over to Scott at Watches Galore, and then I believe Peter von Panda as well. Before I get into the watch, though, I've had some kind of big news happen around the house, so let me be right back. I just got to show you something. Alright guys, so I have to introduce you guys to Eddie. He's my new puppy. I picked him up last weekend. He's been a lot of fun so far. Definitely a handful, and I could see him potentially interrupting some videos in the future. So I just wanted to introduce you guys to the new addition to the family. So let's spin the camera around and we will get into the watch. Alright guys, so this thing is pretty sweet. Probably my favorite watch right now by Spinnaker. Not sure if you can make it out, but the dial has a texture that really plays off the light. It reminds me almost of fine grit sandpaper. The applied stainless hour markers are fairly thick, giving the dial some nice depth and dimension. I really like too how the edge of the hour markers are beveled, almost like a knife's edge. There's a stripe of lume right down the middle of the hour markers. We'll take a look at the lume here in a minute. We have Spinnaker applied at the 12 o'clock. It's really well done when you think about it. It's some pretty small lettering there in stainless steel. At 6, we have automatic, then 150 meters painted in a bluish green. The date wheel at 3 is framed with white paint or print work. I really like the very simple but legible pointed handset. So let's hit the lights and take a look at the lume. All right, so not 100% what lume they're using here, but you guys know I'm a huge fan of the two-tone lume. Love the blue lume of the hour markers against the greener lume on the hands and bezel. The fully lume bezel looks just so awesome to me. I always love that as a feature on a watch. So no complaints at all with the lume on the Fleuss. I'm really happy with it. So the watch has a case width of 43 millimeters. You see in the light there the beveled edges of the hour markers, by the way. The lug-to-lug is 51 millimeters. We have a lug opening of 22 millimeters, and the thickness is just under 13 millimeters. The water resistance is 150 meters. We have sapphire crystal, and the watch houses the NH35 movement. The bezel has a really cool rounded acrylic coating. Definitely resembles the 50 Fathoms bezel. Gives the watch a really nice look though. It is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. The alignment is good, has a very nice precise click. I will say it is a little on the tough side to grip. I can imagine if your hands were wet or sweaty, it'd be very tricky to grip, and the gloves definitely don't help, but you can see here the alignment is spot on. The case is almost completely brushed other than this little strip of polishing right here, just along the edges of the lugs. It's got a nice curve down towards the wrist, and the crown, if you take a look, you'll see it is signed with the Spinnaker logo. We have a display case back showing off the NH35 movement and the Spinnaker black rotor, which is really nice. The strap is made of a pretty thick leather, which is stamped water resistant. Although it's very thick, it is very soft and pliable. The hardware is really good and solid. You'll see it is also signed Spinnaker. And just the combination of this gray and the tan stitching here, I think it's just a great match for this watch. So let's pop it on wrist here for a quick second. Alright guys, so on wrist, this watch looks killer to me. Just love the whole look between that gray dial, the acrylic bezel, and the strap, which feels great. I don't think this has been worn a ton, so I'm sure it's pretty well broken in right out of the box. I'd like to have seen 200 meters plus on this watch. Not that I need it, but it does give me a bit more peace of mind in the water. Other than that, we have another great watch for the price from Spinnaker here. So let's take this back outside and wrap up today's video. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you guys very soon. I have a ton of content coming up. I have quite a few watches in queue. I also mentioned about doing some EDC stuff, some EDC videos in the future, and I have something planned that's going to be coming out, maybe even my next video. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.